Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of the world where the land is swallowed by endless ice and the air bites with every breath. The silence is so deep, you can hear your own heartbeat echoing in your ears. You squint through the swirling mist and suddenly, a shape emerges on the horizon. It's a ship, silent, unmoving, almost ghostly as it floats in the frozen expanse. There's no sign of life, no voices, no movement on deck, just a lonely vessel, gliding through the ice, as if it's searching for something. Or someone. This isn't a ghost story made up to scare children. This is the true story of the SS Baychimo, the Arctic's most mysterious and legendary ghost ship. In the early 1900s, the Baychimo was just another workhorse of the North. Built in Sweden and owned by the Hudson's Bay Company, she was tasked with a vital mission, ferrying supplies, furs, and goods to isolated outposts scattered across the Arctic wilderness. She braved storms, ice, and the biting cold, year after year, becoming a familiar sight to trappers and traders alike. For years, the Baychimo was as reliable as the sunrise. She sailed through the shifting seasons, her steel hull cutting through the ice, her crew seasoned and tough. But in 1931, fate had other plans. That autumn, the Baychimo became trapped by a sudden, merciless freeze. The ice closed in around her, locking her in a grip so tight that escape was impossible. The crew waited, hoping for a thaw. Days dragged on, the sun barely rising above the horizon. Supplies dwindled, and the cold seeped into their bones. Weeks blurred into months, and the men grew restless, haunted by the endless white and the howling wind. Eventually the captain faced a brutal decision. He and his crew had to abandon ship. It was a choice no sailor ever wants to make, but survival demanded it. They gathered what little they could carry, food, warm clothes, a few personal treasures, and set out across the frozen wasteland, leaving the Baychimo behind, believing her story had ended in the ice. But fate wasn't finished with the Baychimo yet. A savage blizzard swept through, erasing all traces of the ship. When the storm finally passed and the skies cleared, the Baychimo had vanished without a trace. Everyone assumed the worst. The ship must have sunk, claimed by the Arctic like so many before her. But then, the impossible happened. Reports began to surface, sightings of the Baychimo, still afloat, drifting through the ice, her hull battered but unbroken. And these weren't just rumors. Over the next 30 years, explorers, traders, and even scientists encountered the Baychimo. She became a legend, a phantom ship haunting the Arctic seas, appearing and disappearing without warning, the same ghostly silhouette, gliding silently through the fog, as if guided by an unseen force. Some said she was cursed. Others believed she was simply lucky, or unlucky, enough to survive where others had perished. A handful of brave souls managed to board her, risking the treacherous ice and unpredictable weather. Inside, they found a time capsule, everything left exactly as it was the day the crew abandoned ship. Food still sat on tables, cargo stacked neatly in the hold, and personal belongings lay untouched in the crew's quarters. There were no signs of panic, no evidence of a struggle, just a ship frozen in time, waiting for her crew to return. But before anyone could solve the mystery, the Baychimo would slip away again, swallowed by the shifting ice and swirling fog, as if she didn't want to be found. So what was really happening out there? Was it just the relentless Arctic currents pushing the ship from place to place? Or was there something more at work? Something stranger? Some experts say it's all science. The Baychimo was simply carried by the powerful currents and drifting ice flows that dominate the Arctic. But even the most seasoned sailors are baffled. How could a ship survive for decades, battered by storms, frozen solid, and yet remain afloat in one of the harshest environments on Earth? Others whisper about a curse, a supernatural force that kept the Baychimo wandering, never allowing her to rest. And then there are those who wonder if the Arctic itself is alive, if there's something ancient and unknowable in those frozen wastes, something that claimed the Baychimo as its own and kept her drifting through the endless night. Here's the strangest part. No one has ever found the Baychimo's final resting place. She's never been recovered, never confirmed destroyed. Her fate remains one of the Arctic's greatest unsolved mysteries. So, the next time you hear a story about an empty ship drifting across a frozen sea, lost in the mist, remember the Baychimo. Remember that some mysteries are never solved, and some legends never die. Maybe, just maybe, the Baychimo is still out there, adrift in the endless Arctic, waiting for someone brave enough to uncover her secrets. waiting.